Hi guys, happy Thursday. Before we get started on the instructions for your assessment for the day, I have a riddle for everybody. Don't Google it, okay? That's cheating. There is not a prize for getting the answer to the riddle. If you get the answer, you might be one of my favorite students for the day, if that matters to you, but it's not worth cheating, believe me. Okay, so here's the riddle. There are two people in the desert. They are both wearing knapsacks. Okay. However, one of them is dead. The only difference between the two people is that the alive person, their backpack is open. The dead person's backpack is closed. So your question is, what was in the backpack? If you think you know the answer, comment on this assignment by clicking Add Class Comment. Okay. All right, we're going to get started. So, for your assessment today, it's really similar to the practice assignment that you guys had yesterday. This is for fifth and sixth period, ELA 7. This is yours, advanced ELA periods 2, 4, and 7. This is yours. You'll see, seriously, the only difference is just the short story options that you have. Okay, that's it. Only difference. Okay. Before we get started looking at this, though, I wanted to show you attached to this assignment, attached to this assessment, there will be this. So I made a menu of the 3 reading strategies that we have went over so far last week and then this week. So have this open maybe in a different tab. Use any of these strategies or a combination of all of them if you would like to try to make some good solid inferences. Okay. I know when I'm stuck, looking at some of these question stems here is really helpful for me, and it almost acts as like if another person were there asking me, okay, well, yeah, but why do you think that? So it can be helpful. With that being said, your assessment today is focusing on how your character's traits change through the story using evidence. Okay? You are not using your independent reading book and you are not using the crossover. You are choosing a short story. Okay? They are linked right on this, so you'll open them up. This is All Summer in a Day. Again, this is Advanced ELA. Fifth and sixth period, you have different options, so don't worry if they look different. Okay, you are going to have to read the story first and foremost. Some of you may have read these before. Fifth and sixth period, you actually read both of these. But I suggest that you read them again, and it might even be helpful if you haven't read a story to read through it more than once. Maybe the first time just to get the general idea of what's going on, and then the second time specifically looking for a character change or evidence. Okay. So after reading the story, pick a character that changed from the beginning. Okay. So you're going to pick a character, person, and you're going to put in, pick a character from the short story. Okay. It can be anyone, doesn't have to be the protagonist, but it might be easier if it is. You are then going to describe one change that you saw in the character, okay? Please write this in complete sentences, okay? So an example would be, a change I saw in the character's name was ... okay? And describe it fully. Was that they became a much more talented athlete, or, that's whatever. That's not an example for any of these stories. That's why I used it. Okay. Then you're going to pick an example from the text that proves what the character changes you found. So in the short stories, this one's 4 pages. They don't all necessarily have page numbers, but when you are giving the page number, you just, you have to count. you do not have to find direct quotes. Okay, so you don't have to put in quotation marks, word for word, something from the text. You can paraphrase. So you could do something like, it said in the text that blah, blah, blah. Okay, you don't have to put a direct quote. However, even when you're paraphrasing, you do need to put the page number. So put the page number where you found it. Okay. After that, there is this second box. It says optional, character 2. The only way, if you scroll down and look at the rubric, that you can get mastery, which is 100% full credit, an A rather than a B, is if you can show me that you can do this skill more than once. Okay, so character 2, if you want, so you're going to pick a second character in the story and do the same thing, describe how they changed. Or if you want to use the same character as above, but describe a separate change, you can. However, the change actually has to be a unique change from this. So don't just reword it and tell me that it's different. It has to be significantly different. Okay. That is about all I can tell you. Check your work. When you are finished, please click submit. If you have any questions, I'm available for office hours from 10 to 11 and from 1 to 2. Okay, so the easiest way for this assessment to get help is to come talk to me during office hours, because then, if with email, I might not necessarily get back to you right away, which is frustrating when you're trying to work on an assessment. Whereas office hours, you can pop in, ask me a question, pop out, and you're good. Okay. You don't even have to turn on your camera if you don't want to. I know some people hate being on camera. It's okay. All right. Hang in there. Thinking about you. Wash your hands. Stay healthy. Bye.